Hi, everybody. In this video, I want to talk a bit about engineering changes, effectivity plans, revision control, and managing them. And I think, as we all know, there's typically two types that are out there, is those that are mandatory and those that are because of product upgrades, et cetera. And I think we do mandatory pretty darn well. We get the old product back in, we isolate what we have, we isolate production, and then we decide whether we're going to fix the problem and repair it, or, destroy them all and build them again or whatever. And we do that in a pretty timely fashion. Engineering changes, whether you call them ECRs, engineering change requests, ECNs, engineering change notices, ECOs, engineering change orders, EC whatever. Those are always a challenge to balance out because we set dates when we want to roll in the new stuff. Do we have enough of the old stuff to last till a new one comes in? More often than not, we don't. And so we use up the old too quick, and then we rush to get in the new stuff, or it goes the other direction as well, where we've got extra at the end. And it's like, well, what do we do with the stuff? We've introduced the new stuff. As well, it's always a challenge to get the paperwork to move its way through a company as well. But for exam purposes here, let me read to you what I wrote down here. These are necessary control steps, engineering changes, plans, and revision control. These are necessary control steps the supply chain must take to ensure that as needs demands, how the products are supplied, how the configuration changes, the supply chain keeps track of, on top of, alignment with all steps. We have to do all these things to ensure the customer is getting exactly what is required by them at the time of their shipment. So that's a lot packed into the sentence. Let me read again the issues that we have to address in the process. So when you build your own process, you can make sure you've covered them all at the same time. We need to understand the customer needs, their product demands. We have to think about how the products are supplied, how configurations change, how we're going to keep track of things within the supply chain, how we're going to manage it, be proactive and stay on top of it, and make sure that all those steps are aligned and working in harmony so that the customer gets what's requested by them at the time of shipment. So lots to think about. It's important. It's important because without this type of control, the customer is not going to get what they wanted or designed, because not everyone in the process is aligned with and supporting the latest update changes. So we kind of work our way sputtering through the process here. Impact, satisfied, dissatisfied customer, loss of revenue, increased costs to fix the mistakes and the emissions we made. In long term, of course, this can impact the ability to service the customer as well. So it makes sense to look at all these elements, sit down and thoughtfully work with the whole group that's going to be involved to decide on a process that makes everything flow through.